Have you ever wanted your own TV show? Have you dreamed of showcasing your talent for the world to see? Well, now you can. Have your own TV show. You can have your own 30-minute show. Not only will you be seen in the Detroit area, but you can be viewed worldwide. Be seen on WHPR Detroit Live, Comcast Cable Channel 91, on the web at TV33WHPR.com, with the TV33 app, on Roku, Google TV, Apple TV, and on Amazon Fire TV. Act now. Time slots are limited. Sign up today and get a free replay with the purchase of your time slot. For more information, call 313-868-6612. Visit our studios and receive a free TV interview to promote your business, church, or organization by appointment only.
There's a new financial empowerment center located in the Wayne County Treasurer's Office on the 5th floor of 400 Monroe in Detroit.
If you or someone you know needs help with their finances, budgeting, and making monthly payments, the Detroit Financial Empowerment Center can help.
Wayne Metro Community Action Agency has counselors ready to provide free one-on-one counseling to help you address issues related to utility bills, taxes, and other financial matters. We can also help you improve your credit score.
Well, good morning. We are just a few minutes late getting on the air today, and it's certainly not the studio's fault. Lots of activities going on at the house and in the community before we could get here. But I want to say good morning to all, and if you're looking for the weekly broadcast of Ask Welfare Rights, we are here. It is a Friday, and the garbage man, the trash man, fooled me this week. I just knew that since the 4th of July national holiday was celebrated on a Monday, that the trash man wouldn't be there on Thursday. And of course, Thursday at 7:02 in the morning, the whole neighborhood, I think there were 2 cans out there, but everybody in the neighborhood said, "What's that?" Put on your night clothes and your night slippers and your stocking cap if you had one, and run out the door. Of course, it was already too late. By the time you heard him, the garbage trucks, they was already at the end of the block. No, they were not waiting. So I saw a couple of my neighbors run across the street and put the trash can on the other side of the street. So when they come back, they'll get them. But I thought that's a little bit too much energy for me on that day. So I'll wait till next week. You know, if you're looking for the weekly broadcast of Ask Welfare Rights, you've found us. I'm so glad that you tuned in today. We have information to share with you, and we're going to start off with an official welcome from the national chair of the Welfare Rights Union, Miss Marian Kramer. So, Marian, would you say hello?
Hello, and I hope each and every one of you are doing well and ready to fire this program up. Okay, remember what you have to dial in order to become a part of this, and the first number is 313-868-0342, and again 2 more 313-868-0351 and 86 908
TV screen.
It's on
the TV screen.
Yep. Look down on the TV. Look down on, if you, well, we better give it to them because they might not be looking at it. The last one is 313-868-4336, and the website is www.tv33whpr.com. Well, it's been raining every night, and every morning I get up, it's wet outside.
Yeah.
And I don't hear nothing.
Been raining, all kinds of rain. You know, that flood we suffered 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but did you see New York? Did you see New York?
I did, and that's that Hurricane Elsa going up the
Yes,
East
and-
Coast. Yeah, a lot of water.
Going towards Boston and all those
Yeah,
places.
a lot of water, a lot of
And
water.
your heart just go out with all of them.
You know.
All right, where are we going today?
Well, a couple of things. I bought one of the flyers. You know, a lot of parents are still looking for places for kids to go to school. Summer school or someplace else. Summer school started already, and I think they're full. But you know, parents are coming in trying to enroll their students in for September, because we'll be doing face-to-face and virtual education. So there's a open house tomorrow, as a matter of fact, Saturday, July 10th, 2 o'clock. Kids usually bring and drag the parents out. I say it that way because sometimes the parents, and they get there and they say, "Oh, my kid's
This is
been going
Saturday.
here for 2 years and
This is
3 years,
Saturday."
and it's a Saturday, and I didn't want to get up." And the bounce house is gonna be there. Kids love that wild bounce house. Yeah, boy.
Oh, my
We got a DJ that'll be playing all kinds of very loud music and music for the parents that we will not be able to understand the words they're saying, but they'll be there. We've got a lot of food, and we're talking about beef hot dogs and hamburgers. It's gonna be face painting. The little girls always like to face paint. Yeah, you know they
They be
like
so
that. You
cute,
know,
too.
yeah, they like that. And we've got a photo booth this time where you plug it in and you go inside and pull the screen back and push the button, and the camera goes all the way around and it'll take your picture. So we got all of this high-tech stuff. The cheerleading girls will be there. The folks that are involved with the basketball, we got a really good basketball team. The girls are soccer team. These girls are number one. These girls
That's
can play some
good.
soccer. So all of that's going on at Detroit Community Schools, 12675 Burt Road. Everything is free. And we're lining people up, signing parents up to have their kids come in September. And Marion, we're showing folks this new project that I've been talking to you about and some other folks. You know, we have so many kids over the country and in Michigan that just were not able to get themselves tied in to virtual learning. They just were struggling with trying to do work at the house. You know, you have to
Mama
put
got to
your
go to
uniform. Mama got to go. Daddy got to go to work. The dog is there. The little baby's there, babysitting. All of that. It just so many of them struggled so much, and we had a number of 12th graders that were not successful in getting their requirements. So, you know, right away went right to WC3. Talked to Susan Wiley, talked to Dr. Ivory. Said, okay, we got to do something. And Ivory and certainly Dr. Ivory and Susan and the rest of the folks have access to different campuses all over the place, so they jump right on that. And we have a program, the Detroit Community Schools, 12th grade, Second Chance program. So all of those that were not able to graduate with their class because they still had documents missing, and you know the credits or whatnot were not there. They've got about 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, and WC3 sent a team with food. They show up with sandwiches and fruit and something to drink. All of that, and I'm so grateful to WC3, Mr. Singleton, and Mr. Mason, and Mr. Martin, and some of the other folks are managing this.
That's a
And
great step.
great step, and they've got these African American men that show up over there and say, "Here's what we're going to do. Failure is not an option."
That's right.
Well. So when it's over, there'll be a graduation ceremony at WC3, cap and gown, parents, grandparents, and successfully, I know they'll manage it, they will be freshmen, have already started to earn dual credits,
Now that's
and they'll
good.
be freshmen at WC3.
C3.
Oh, boy.
And that program is really, you
Oh,
know,
boy.
we were sitting up in the.
Tim, we sweating out here. Go ahead.
I'm not sweating.
Yeah.
That's you. When we know your problem.
I'm not an island girl.
That is not.
I am
nothing to do
not
with the
an island
right
girl.
now. But anyway, zip.
That
I
program was
closed
so good, boy.
that program. You know, our thoughts and on that was we went to Dr. Ivory once before,
Partnering through education.
and he
Wasn't that something?
yeah, and he really thought about it and told us, yes, let's implement it. And we ended up with some of our members, mothers, you know, the mother of children that, you know, that is working every day and everything like that. They went in and tried that program.
These were welfare recipients, remember?
Yes,
You
well,
had
I was
to
gonna
be
get
on
'em
welfare
to
in
get
order to get into this program.
And I'm so proud of them.
You know, and
because
they showed up, boy.
and was able to
You have to sit up here. I
they
know you
were
like
able,
that
I
chair.
love that chair. Able to get the diploma also. I was so
Mm-hmm. Associate
proud.
degree. Some
Uh-huh.
went on to
Yeah.
their bachelor degree.
Yes.
Some went on to their master's degree.
And they can
and they
go back
showed up.
and finish up
Yeah.
to you know, so you know, let's get behind these children. Yeah, and, you know, and be so proud about the young lady. What was her name?
Which one?
The one that beat the
The,
spelling
the spelling bee, a young
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah, she, you know, you could see that she really wants to be an ambassador for, you know, our kids out here, that they can do it also, you know. And you know, we have to be the same thing for the parents. So, you know, let's make sure these kids get those diplomas and show them the knowledge that they have and what they can
Yeah,
do.
and they can do
Thank
these
you,
things.
Mary.
They can manage this. Man, you ain't got to pay no attention to that. We on the air now. What you
on.
gonna be? Hello, I can see what you gonna do. Hello.
I don't know if it's Linda.
You know, well, she would be calling here.
Maybe so.
Yeah. But Marion makes a good point. You know, these kids don't understand that if you don't get that first level, if you don't get that high school diploma, a lot of things are not going to work for you. You got to at least go there 1st. So the fact that the college, WC3, jumped on this so quickly, and, you know, shout out to WC3, shout out to Dr. Ivory, got a new building there named after him. So nice,
that's
so
so
nice.
nice.
Shout out to Susan. Susan Wiley that works in the chancellor's office. Shout out to Mr. Singleton. Shout out to Mr. Mason, Mr. Martin, and some of those folks that picked up this program. Shout out to Detroit Community Schools. The board members said, look, this is important. This is an excellent program. We ought to start this right away. And I'll say to parents, Marion, if you've got kids that did not graduate, and you're interested in a similar kind of a program, maybe at your school, should be in contact with WC3.
Yes.
Contact us over at Detroit Community Schools. Talk to the principal, the high school principal, Ms. Carter, and ask her for some details. There's no reason on earth that we can't grab these kids up, put them in the classroom with advanced and accelerated learning. You got to learn, and show them these things. They're like blackboards, Marion. You can clean off any kind of craziness, and you can write new things on there, and they will make themselves available to learn. Our kids are so brilliant.
I know, if you remember, and it's been a while, a long time ago, when we had taken over D.C., and you remember those young men that thought they knew everything, and we had them all lined up. We're going to put you at the side and control the traffic and nobody make sure that, you know, that you are part of an organization. When they got through, Maureen, they were so, I don't know if you remember, because I know you know.
Dream on. Yeah.
Anyway, these young men were shocked at the what was really going on in D.C., and they didn't know nothing like that. But we couldn't get rid of them after that. So, you know, we we have to give what we have to these young folks and let them participate in what we are participating in, because they are the future. Young
Lord.
ladies and young men.
Yeah,
You,
they
you
just
are
need to
our-
learn.
You are
Just
our
a moment,
leaders
caller.
that are coming up, and you can do it.
All righty, 868-4336, 868-0351, or 868-0342. Caller, you've been very patient. You are on the air. Caller, thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights. You are on the air, caller.
Good morning.
Well, good morning, ma'am.
Linda Wheeler here with the Highland Park Report. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Taylor, good morning.
And good morning to you. Now, listen, I see your voice. I hear your voice going in and out.
Okay.
So, yeah, you have to sit down. You can't be walking
better?
around, and leave those pancakes alone. So go ahead, Miss Wheeler, and let's hear the Highland Park report. Go
Is
ahead.
that a little better now?
Yes, ma'am, and thank you so much.
I took it off the speaker. Maybe that was the
Oh, that
interference.
sounds good.
Last week, this Tuesday, forgive me, we met with the Lebanese gas station owner here in Highland Park, the BP gas station on Glendale and Woodward.
Mm-hmm.
For this reason, the Highland Park citizens and numerous complaints were made against his gas station. There were 2 assaults by his former employee made against 2 citizens. All of the terms were met. We met at the Recreation Center on Tuesday, and it was a very good meeting. It was a productive meeting. He signed, his name is Charles Ahmad, and he signed a community contract agreement. There were no backdoor deals made. He owns 40 gas stations, by the way, in Detroit as well. He also is going to receive the first good customer service and cultural sensitivity training along with all of his employees.
Didn't he pistol
The
whip
gas station
someone?
was also shut down
She
for a
said there
couple
were
of
2
days
assaults.
last week as well. And
She
if
said
you
there were 2
remember,
assaults.
Marion remembers because she was with us 20 years ago, October the 4th. I'll never forget the date because it was my mom's birthday. She
Yeah.
was out there cooking with us. When the Korean Academy was open at that time,
You're going out, Linda.
made a purchase at the gas.
Okay, your voice is fading a little bit.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes,
20 years ago, did you hear that part?
yes.
Okay, 2 young ladies from the Career Academy made a purchase, and there was a dispute over the right amount of change. The employee at that time came out and pulled a shotgun on those 2 young ladies,
Ooh.
and for 5 days we picketed that station and shut it down. That was 20 years ago.
My goodness.
And
Okay,
now here
have
we are
that.
again, 2021, and this former employee assaulted, pistol whipped 2 customers. And so that's why we had this conversation with this owner to let him know that we're not standing for it, the community is not standing for it. You need to get in touch with what's going on in our community. Minister Malik Shabazz was there, as well as Shabazz Bryant, who's a minister, and also Gerald Woods,
Okay.
myself and Alexis Ramsey.
Okay.
I'm really proud of them, I must say. They stood up with him, and they made him understand that this is no joke. We're for real, and we're not standing for it. And to respect our women in the community as
And
well.
that's right. That's right.
That was a good meeting.
That's right. That's right.
It was good.
Yeah,
That
and
was
that's
very good.
And we're going to have to use the same thing that you brought to us about any other incident might happen in Highland Park or anywhere else, because the people got to start pulling together and not and
We just can't tolerate
tolerate
everything.
that
Yeah,
nonsense.
yeah. Okay. Well, now, Miss Wheeler, are there? I'm sorry.
Yeah, she is.
Are there other pieces of information that we need to know from you about the
Yes.
events coming? Please share with us.
Sure. Let me pull this one up. Bear with me for just one moment. Yeah. As you know, last week I talked about the victory that the governor, Gretchen Whitmer, vetoed that bill that took
Mm-hmm.
4945.
Linda, your voice is getting weak again. So
I'm sorry.
just keep it. Wait a minute. Someone just walked in that know how to deal with this.
Okay.
That's her
Oh,
phone.
that's your phone. You don't have no TV or nothing like that on, do you?
No.
No, I don't.
Okay, you got, but go ahead and give us that information.
Yeah, our state representative Helena Scott is really standing in the battleground with our Board of Education. Well, at least with 3 members. Yesterday we had a special meeting because summer school is supposed to start right Monday, but we didn't have a quorum because 4 members didn't show. And we can't have a quorum until we look over the contract of the new educational providers, right? And we haven't even signed the contract as of yet. And so it was a no-show. And so what does that mean?
No, it ain't
That
at
means
all.
that the children will not start summer school on Monday.
That's not good. That's not
No.
good at all. Now, hold on. Don't hang up. Hold on. Caller, I'm going to put you on hold. Be right back with you. That's not good. Looks like the children in Highland Park are going to suffer. And see, that's not good at all, Ms. Wheeler.
These board members were elected by the residents,
What's she
you know,
Board members were elected
and
by
our
the
bylaws
residents, and they're
state that
supposed to be
regardless
there.
that you must participate. We're looking to probably hold a press conference because the community needs to know just what's going on with some of our board members and just
Fading out.
to really work with the community and be a part of the community and to be an elected official for the community and not for their own interest.
And that's right. Now, were there excused absences? You all didn't know they were not coming?
There was one
One excused absence?
one excused absence, and the second one was kind of fuzzy, you know.
Well, written reprimands
Yes,
sound
indeed.
like they're in order. Something in writing, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
Be sure to.
There's one more
Go ahead.
message I'd like to give you. Please let me find it.
What she say?
She's got
And
one
this
more.
is for Marion and all the McLean and just residents of Highland Park in Detroit. Judge Claire Rich is celebrating her 95th birthday
Oh, wow.
tomorrow, Saturday.
Oh,
95 years old. So
Okay.
I just spoke to her daughter. Tomorrow at 155 McLean, you can do a drive-by from 2
Yeah.
to 5 p.m. You can send cards or just drive by and get some juice and some water. And she's such a beautiful, wonderful lady.
yes, she is. She
And
was
so
a
Marion,
wonderful
she asked
judge
us to come
too.
by.
Yeah, I'm gonna go by. I said, yeah.
All
we'll
right.
get together because this woman, she and her husband both, they were out there in the movement when they had the opportunity
All right.
and what have you. So let's make sure we go and celebrate.
Birthday.
95 years young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic, and happy
Uh,
birthday, Judge.
yeah.
All right. Thank you so very much. We're coughing, and so our wonderful tech is giving us something so that we don't cough cough out our capacity to say something. Okay.
Must be the dry air, huh?
You have,
His allergies, you know how they are. Ms. Wheeler, as always,
ma'am.
we want to thank you for an outstanding Highland Park report. And we will expect you to reach us again next week and
Yes.
update us on anything else that's going on so that we can be in the know. Okay?
I most certainly will. I did not comment, just to briefly say, on the Water Leak pilot program that's ongoing, and there have been about 45 homes thus far being serviced with the plumbers.
Okay.
I didn't make a call this morning to speak to the owner, but there was no pickup, so I did leave a message.
oh, okay.
Okay. Well, next week when you call in, let's start off with the Highland Park League program.
Very good.
Okay?
Okay.
And thank you very much, ma'am, and we will be in contact with you. I got your message, but it's very difficult to get on your social calendar. So I'll try to find you sometime later today, okay? Thank you, Miss Wheeler.
I'll talk to you this evening. Is that okay?
That'll work. I'll call you then. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, caller, you've been very patient. Thank you for waiting, and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights. You are on the air.
All right. Well, happy Friday to both of you.
And
Thank
good
you.
morning and happy Friday to you, Miss Theo.
Yes, ma'am. Would you please tell me again the name of the judge who is turning 95 years old?
The judge is, and Marion don't know.
I do know.
Linda Wheeler, call us back and remind us, because I didn't write it down.
Oh, okay.
So she'll do that, and then we'll tell you.
Watch it
Right.
come out of
People
my
definitely need to know. 95 years old.
Yes.
That's fantastic
That's special.
in itself. And especially after living through 2020, you know.
Yeah, you're not
The
kidding.
oh,
Yeah, we did good. Okay.
Mhm. I wanted to call to tell you some terrible news. The city clerk, Janice Winfrey,
Mm-hmm.
is practicing voter suppression.
Now, what does that mean? How would she be
Well,
practicing
first,
voter
it's-
suppression?
It's already bad enough that we have white racists, coming up with laws to prevent black people from voting.
Yeah.
And that's what voter suppression is. All of the little tricks that can be initiated to prevent our people from voting. Now, Janice Winfrey was interviewed a few days back and said that she's not going to put out 47% of the drop boxes.
What?
Now, she has the money to run the election office, but she's not going to put out 47% of the drop boxes. That makes it convenient for people to put their ballots in when they have voted, and they're short this time. And you know, we're having issues with the post office since the last president
Yes.
put in his friend who knew absolutely nothing about postal work.
Okay, now, Miss Theo, hold on, because I'm going to ask you to explain why the clerk is not putting out
Yeah.
all of the ballot boxes. But hold on. Don't hang up.
Okay.
Hold on. This is Welfare Rights. Is this Miss Wheeler?
Yes, it is again.
What is the judge's name?
That is the fabulous, the magnificent Judge Clara Rich.
Yes.
95 years.
R-I-C-H?
Yes.
Yes.
Clara Rich. I knew it was you. I could tell the way the phone was ringing, okay? Thank you, Miss Wheeler.
You're welcome.
All right. Miss Theo, Clara Rich.
Rich. Okay. Thank
remember
you
her?
for that. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember her?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good. Uh-huh.
Vaguely.
She's a good woman.
All right. She
Yes.
was a judge in
And-
Highland Park,
I'm just
She was a
saying
judge
we
downtown.
can't clone
36th District Court.
people
That's
like
one of
her.
them, yeah.
36.
No, I'm-
Right. I'm just saying we can't clone people like her.
Okay, now, Miss Theo, let's get back to this. What was the reason given, or was there a reason given for not
Oh, yeah.
putting out boxes?
absolutely.
Well, what was
She
said?
says there's not going to be a big turnout, so she's not going to bother to put out more drop boxes. How about that?
Well,
She's predicting it, or she's telling people don't come out.
that is certainly not an acceptable position. Not at all.
I agree.
Not at all. We
You
having
know,
all kind of issues here.
I know
And a friend of mine received a big envelope yesterday. You know, people are getting their applications and their absentee ballots.
Yep.
His envelope was empty.
Oh my God. I know you were on the job and telling them what to do.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
understand because we all reflection of each other right here.
Well,
Right.
what we can do though, it sounds like there needs to be at least a telephone campaign.
Yes.
And we need
That's
to all be contacting the clerk's office and leaving a message for Janice Winfrey that all available devices to help people vote should be made available. And then we'll see if it's a high or a low voter turnout. But they all should be used.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, the telephone number to the election office is a 313 number, 868-0190. That's 868-0190. You know, it's disgusting.
I thought it
clerk's
was
office in the Coleman
876.
Young Municipal Center.
I thought
313 also. It's 224-3270. 224-3270.
okay.
You know, to have a clerk who is discouraging people from voting is unacceptable. This is an election year,
Yep.
and she's on the ballot too. Could it be that a low turnout would be beneficial for her?
Well, now that we're hearing this information, absolutely, we should be placing a call to the clerk's office to explain, all of the devices that people use to vote should be made available. And none of those decisions should be predicated on a belief that the turnout is going to be low. Turnout might be low, but that doesn't mean, we close 20, 30, 40% of the voting precinct.
And she don't own
You
those
know? Those voting devices. That's what I'm
Uh-uh.
talking about.
That's
you
for
have
the
to put them
people.
all out.
And gets a budget to run the election department.
Yeah, and to run it and take us right back to the out picking cotton again.
No,
And that's what it sounds like.
there'll be no cotton picking here.
now,
There'll
wait
be
a minute,
no
Maria.
cotton picking.
And
None of that.
Says no.
No,
None of
you
that.
Ain't that bad. In the sense that if you look at all these, I'm so sick of looking at those folks on TV talking about a proposition of.
P.
it-
Oh
it-
yes, we got to vote yes on proposal P.
That's
Yeah,
right.
We
Got
got
to vote
yeah,
yes.
people got to get out and stop letting other people rule you in the sense of giving you $5 or something like that, and you go in and vote for their particular thing. What is the proposition? Was?
P.
This is about the city charter,
People.
and there are
not
changes that have been made in the city
That's
charter
the
that
only
are for the people, not the elected officials.
Yeah.
Yes.
The people.
Yeah.
And one, if you know someone who needs a water affordability plan,
Yep.
Yeah.
you need to vote yes for proposal P.
That's right.
If you
That's
know
right.
someone whose property has been over-assessed and they would charge higher taxes,
Get it. Mhm.
you need to vote yes on proposal P.
Yes.
Support.
Yeah,
Support.
that's right. And there's only one proposal on the ballot, so they can't make a mistake.
No,
well,
they
good. Well, that
But
narrows it down.
Yeah, there's gonna be some folks out there that's
They
gonna
don't
try to make sure people vote the wrong way.
Well,
Mhm. Oh
there's
yes, oh yes. Some folks that you've seen before, and you say, "Oh, that's somebody I can look
Trust.
up to." Well, absolutely not.
And be taking us straight to the gas chamber.
That's exactly.
And
Um,
she's one of them.
And the other thing that's going on, the syndicated media, like CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox 2, and all
I'm
that.
looking at them.
Well, there is a blackout on candidates. The only person they seem to be covering is the current mayor. This is an election season, but the only one they seem to be covering is the current mayor.
I'm going to sing you my favorite song.
Uh-oh, what's that?
Welcome to America.
Oh, no.
This is how they play. And the fact that money, and more money has been put behind some of these campaigns, for sure. When the mayor, this is the same mayor that approved shut off of water for over 150,000 separate addresses.
Oh,
This
God.
is the same guy. And a lot of people forget that back in June, July, and August of 2014 is when welfare rights was just going nuts. Got the United Nations up in here, got the Pope involved about
yeah.
turning off
Oh,
all
yeah.
this water. And then that was in the early part of 2014. And by the time we got to June, we were hearing information about something wrong with the people in Flint.
Right.
You know, but this the same guy who now wants you to follow his advice. Now, if he says that the grass is green over on Outer Drive, I'm going to believe that the grass is blue. That's what I'm gonna believe. You know, 'cause if he says it's green, it must be something wrong with that. So now, Miss Theo, what can folks look forward to tomorrow at the Hood Research? What's the topics being discussed tomorrow?
Well, one, we're going to discuss the Proposal P and explain why people need to support it and vote yes.
Okay.
We are inviting all candidates to call in and tell us about their platforms. We welcome them all. Because of this suppression that's going on by the media, we want to give them an outlet there. We also want to encourage and invite all of the people who call in to go on their Facebook pages and other Facebook pages and let people know that this clerk is practicing voter suppression. We got white folks practicing voter suppression. Why do we need our own people fighting against us, encouraging us not to vote, and telling us why she's not going to help us vote?
Yeah,
We're going
we
to
have
talk
to.
about that as well.
We have to call her out about that.
Yeah,
You
not
know,
only
that she
that,
got to be called out.
She the only thing she's gonna listen to is somebody giving her some money. See, because she should have been out there, out of that particular office last year.
Yes, well,
And
maybe
now
that's
let's keep marching and keep letting her know we're not gonna just give you our rights to vote.
That's right, right.
We got enough people that died for that, and then here come Uncle Tom. I mean, not Uncle Tom, but here come a bunch of folks listening to the master.
Well, that's definitely what's happening, and that's what we're going to speak against. And Maureen,
yes.
someone told me that there is a stipend for precinct delegates. Have you heard about that? Because if the clerk is in charge, she's not doing that either.
No, I'm not aware. I have not heard that. But that's easy to check out. You know, when I make my call to Janice Winfrey's office later today, I'll ask about that.
Okay.
Okay, but no,
All right,
I haven't heard anything like that.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, people can Google Hood Research, follow us on Twitter, and tomorrow we're going to be on from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., and I can give the telephone number. Hopefully people have their pen and paper handy.
Please do. Our pen and paper is ready.
Okay. Dial 1-978 990-5000. That's 1-978-990-5000.
Got it?
Now the access code is 338729, and you press the pound key and you hear us talking. Some people call it a hashtag, some people call it a tic-tac-toe sign. Whatever you call it, press it, you'll hear us talking.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, dear. As usual and as always, keep your feet in the fire. And what is that message that Samuel gives? Watch your butts or something like that. What? He says, watch your butts or something like that. But we got the message. The message is be careful and stay alert. Okay.
That's
all
right.
right,
We
then,
cannot
well,
let them take that away from us.
All right, Miss Theo. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, ma'am. I appreciate you. Okay.
Oh, thank you so much. And Sylvia said, hey.
Yeah, and hey back to her. Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye now. Caller, you've been very patient. Thank you for waiting and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights. You are on the air.
Baby, I'm at my dance class and I'm trying to encourage these seniors to vote yes on Proposal P. I hope you guys are in
all right.
agreement with that.
Yes
Many
on
of
P.
them, of course, many have already been tricked by the media, bad, evil devils in action. So what I'm telling the ones that already voted no, to please inform your friends and family before they vote that here are the benefits. I have the paperwork, the benefits. They are trying to outprice you out of your city. And unless you vote for these changes for affordability, you will be priced out of your city.
There
Okay.
you go.
All right.
Love y'all. I gotta get back to the dance.
Good enough. And yes on P. Thank you, caller.
Yes,
Thank you.
Proposal P. Love y'all.
I love you
Yeah,
back. Take
I
care.
love you too.
All right.
Okay. All right.
All right, darling.
Okay.
313-868-4336, 313-868-0351, or 868-0342. All right, let's see here. We did the Highland Park report. We talked about this school program. And, I looked at that's when we had the welfare rights anniversary, the 30th. Hold on, we'll get to that. Good morning, caller. Thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights. You are on the air.
Good morning.
And good morning.
Tawana Morris.
Tawana.
I would like to talk about this water department and this infrastructure in my community. I was on a Zoom call with the water department, District 7 manager Mona Ali. And the things they were saying were not true. I live in the aviation district on Oakman, and they made the comment that the project that they did was completed and done, and it was just supposed to be a greening effort. That's not what they explained to us. They explained to us that this was supposed to make sure our drains were clear. Water came into my basement, and as well as other people on our block on Oakland, or going all the way to Dearborn. When I was on that Zoom call, I was not able to talk or say anything. And I knew the system worked because when I called in, I gave them my name and this information, and when
what they did, they muted you. Yeah, that's
right.
what they did. Yeah, they mute everybody when you come in.
And it's not true. It was lies that was being told. Yeah. William Davis, who's the commissioner of the Detroit Police Department, they didn't really give him the respect of answering questions because he worked for the water department before, and they didn't. Everything that he said, they rebutted. They said all the systems were working, and I know through communication in the community, people work for the department had to wait for somebody to come and open the doors, and this was just unprofessional. We paid too much money.
Yeah.
We're talking about water portability. I look at our city finna go back into bankruptcy, not because of us, again, it's because of the department.
Yeah, yesterday, this girl, is it Karen McCormick? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Is that her first name, Miss Tawana Karen?
Monique. Monique.
No. I'm talking about the lady who is the head of the Great Lakes Water Authority.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I can't say because I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. I it'll come back to me. Now, she was the director of the water department before Gary Brown. Yeah. And when we were researching who she was, she had a bachelor's degree in philosophy, I think it was, out of Michigan State or University of Michigan.
And trained by who?
Well, I don't know who trained her. She was there before Gary Brown.
I know it, but I'm saying, you know who trained her?
Who trained her?
Your mayor.
Who are you talking about? Not Duggan? No, she was there before that. And see, this is why it was so strange. She was there before that.
She took this young lady that took the position. Took over the.
You're thinking of somebody else, and I know who you're thinking of. Now, she found after Gary Brown was approved to be the head of the water department, some kind of way she got switched over to be the head of the Great Lakes Water Authority.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. See. So, and her expertise, You know, she probably has a lot of expertise by now because she's been there and making a six-figure salary for about 15, 16 years now. So she's, but yeah, you know, well, she's working for the people that pay her salary. Now, the Great Lakes Water Authority, and she's the head of it now, Miss Tawana, and was on TV along with, oh, Lord, what's the Secretary of State, the one that used to be there, I forgot her name. And they were talking about 8 pumping stations that 4 of them failed 2 Fridays ago, the day we had the big flood. And the McCormick, that's her last name, Sue McCormick. I knew it was something that was legal. Sue her. It is something. And she was on the TV set talking about nothing was broken, and that the pumping stations were working the way they should have been. And the other ladies talking to her, Russ Balot was involved with some of those discussions. And it was all about her saying, Sue McCormick, that these pumping stations were doing what they're supposed to be doing. The Interceptor was doing what it was supposed to be doing. And come to find out, then she says, well, 4 of them were so overloaded with water, it does rain in Michigan, that they just stopped working, and as opposed to allowing water to come in, they were pushing the water out. And that so, you know, well, that means the pumping station was not working the way it was designed to work. You know, so, Miss Tawana, if you heard those things, and I know you did, you know, they're fabricating and twisting the truth and all the rest of this, because see, I take the position that a lot of folks are taking. I don't care. I don't care I don't care what the explanation is. You drive up and down Jefferson, some of those streets over there on the east side where Fred lives. Oh my God. And people have their belongings out front, all up and down the east side. Dearborn is a nightmare. All of these streets, and I don't care what I don't care what the explanation is. Now FEMA is in town with boots on the ground. Did you know that, Miss Tawana?
Yes, I was out walking my dog yesterday morning, and I believe I seen a white van with people in it riding up our street. And my stuff is still out here on the sidewalk waiting to be picked up. Wow. I paid somebody to come and clean my basement out because I'm a senior.
Yeah.
And I couldn't wait. Yeah. I got a handicapped person that's surviving from cancer. Yeah. I couldn't afford to let the water sit.
And you can't have mold. And you can't have mold in your house. Now, do you have the number to start a claim so that FEMA can reimburse you?
Well, I did call. They did give me a claim number.
Okay.
But when I called about picking up the stuff and calling about cleaning supplies, I had to basically clean, but it's still an odor, and I'm afraid about mold.
Yeah,
and you should be afraid.
They told me to call 211.
Okay, well, the number to call, 313-267-8000.
I called that number.
Okay, now, yesterday, the mayor made a new commitment, so things have changed.
Oh, God.
And, well, you know how this works. Mm-hmm. And now, if you call that number, if you live in the city of Detroit and you're 65 years of age or older, if you're disabled, if you have children 10 years of age or younger, and you need help cleaning out your basement, disinfecting your basement, washing your basement, the city of Detroit, if you're low income, now that's still part of this, low income and below, they will come out and do it for free. If you're low income or above low income, you still should be calling that 267 number, filling out a complaint, and the mayor's department is supposed to be giving that information to FEMA. And they will, you have to wait on that one, they will bring the money to clean out whatever those things are. Of course, they want you to pay for it first, and then get a reimbursement,
Make sure you keep
at a later
your
time.
Receipts.
Yeah, But we're already in a fight with them to say that's not going to work. We don't have
No, it's
people that
not
got that
gonna
kind of money laying around. So
You
the
know,
That's
question
right.
is,
And
you
I'm
know,
retired from the police department.
Yeah.
It ain't like I got a bunch of money.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
was that group that they disenfranchised.
yep. So, but you got to make that call again, Miss Tawana.
And you got to
I definitely will.
tell the people on your street
They need to make that
that
call.
they need to make the same call, because when that tornado hit Detroit at that time, we had to go up and down the street because folks didn't know where to go. And we got the information and took it to all of them, because they would, you know how
what to
FEMA is. They're going to drag their feet until they don't have to do nothing.
Well, maybe not this time,
Let's
because the folks are up in arms about this.
They
You know,
need to be.
yeah, they should be. So yeah, Miss Tawana, you have to make that call again, and this time get a little. You know, they should have a different response for you, cause you fit the criteria. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. I'm so glad to hear your voice.
All right.
All right.
I'll
Thank
keep
you,
in
ma'am.
touch.
Okay. All right. Well, Marion, let's see. We got floods. We got water in basements. We got voter issues. It feels like we're going backwards, you know. I don't know. Sometimes, what's that song? I feel like a motherless child.
Yep.
Things are going backwards. And I remember that time the superintendent made that statement. The reason we have all of these things going on, and it appears as if, we are unable to address anything, is because there's a lack of activism.
But you know
You
what,
know?
Maureen?
We're not
I
fighting
know.
like we used to.
I'm gonna go to my grave fighting out here, for the benefit of these young people and what have you, because people that are older than me, they remember what happened because they were around much more years than I was. Then I, they are older than me.
But why aren't folks fighting now?
Why do they sit back and not tell their kids, you need to get involved?
Freedom ain't free. You gotta
got
work at it.
You got to work at it.
They'll take it back. at
Martin
night.
Luther King did not die because he was in love with the people that was oppressing us.
He died because he was fighting.
That's right.
Malcolm X died because he was fighting.
It's so many of them.
Medgar Evers died because they were fighting. You know, and if you're gonna die anyway,
Fannie Lou Hamer and all of them.
if you're gonna die anyway,
die for something.
then put your feet on this. You know, my goodness, things are very, very stressful, very, very difficult right now. So
Next week we will be able to bring you more information of the upcoming actions that will be taking place in D.C. as well as here in Michigan from the Poor People's Campaign.
Yep. And,
we got to get back. That's a shame. My feet and your feet, no, we've been marching for years, but I'm going to keep on marching and doing what we got to do. Because, go on.
Oh, okay. No, I was going to say, you've got about 30 seconds to
through.
say goodbye. Well, did you say goodbye?
Goodbye, Maureen.
Okay.
No, good. Happy that you get more people to tune in and let's get some plans.
Yeah, what we going to
for
do?
the future.
There's a group of people going up to Benton Harbor tomorrow, and to talk about some of the water issues they've got up there. And so what we're describing is that there are issues that are happening around the state, certainly around the county, certainly
They're
around
coming
the city.
slowly.
And,
But
if
they're
you want your basement fixed, if you want your basement cleaned, if you want your basement disinfected, if you need that kind of help, don't be calling welfare rights to say, are we coming to take your couch outside? No. Call that number, 313-267-8000. And if they tell you, well, we don't have any more disinfectant, you tell them I'm not trying to listen to that.
No.
Walmart, all the rest of this, Kmart and everybody else got it. figure out how to get it done. I'm a resident, and I'm going to do something about it. Folks need to call Janice Winfrey's office today
Every day
and talk about
until election.
bring those devices out here, all of them.
You cannot
you
do
can't
that.
make that decision for us. All right, so that needs to happen. Lord willing, and the creek does not rise. Marion and I will be back next Friday. There is a Anthony Adams rally on the what is it? The 17th, a week from tomorrow, and it'll be at Palmer Park. And we'll describe a little bit more about it later on, but it'll be Saturday, a week from tomorrow, and the time and everything else. And it's a back-to-school rally, and the first 50 kids that get to this rally are going to get a backpack with school supplies in it. Okay. Marion, we got a lot of stuff to do today. I'm on my way out here to Detroit Community Schools. The Michelle Obama program came, and we gave out all kinds of food
Those were some
and
nice,
vegetables and
things that was in
everything
there.
yesterday. We got a few more to give out today. So, Marion, say goodbye.
See you next
Goodbye.
week. Oh, in the week, during the week when we bump into each other.
Whenever.
There's a new financial empowerment center located in the Wayne County Treasurer's Office on the 5th floor of 400 Monroe in Detroit.
If you or someone you know needs help with their finances, budgeting, and making monthly payments, the Detroit Financial Empowerment Center can help.
Wayne Metro Community Action Agency has counselors ready to provide free one-on-one counseling to help you address issues related to utility bills, taxes, and other financial matters. We can also help you improve your credit score.